People tryna say I'm only enemy. Got a code with my dogs, can get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Amen. Amen.
What's up, Austin? How we doing, man? I've missed you.
I know, bro. It's been a while. First stream back. I'm excited for what we're about to get into today. I woke up literally probably the most sick I think I've been in like 2 years, but battling through it, bro. Work still got to get done. Lucky to be working from home for my job, so I can't complain too bad. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited for this stream because everybody knows that when we're in the middle of NBA playoffs, we were reacting to the Ringer Top 100, and that was always fun. It was fun for me. Everybody in the comments seemed to love it. And then I saw while I was traveling, ESPN put out their Top 100. Immediately bookmarked. I was waiting to do this stream. We're still 3 weeks away from NBA season, and I was like, all right, I'm bookmarking this the second I get back. I'm doing a stream reacting to this. So I'm glad you wanted to react to it too, because it's more fun to yell at the screen together.
Dude,
yeah,
I'll be honest. I've seen the first 10, but that's it so far. So I'm stoked to dive in further. Excited just to have everyone back, man. The vibes are here. The NBA streams were always like the most fun for us. I feel like we had a ton of good takes, had a great year. So excited to dive into that. Literally less than a couple months away, man. Like, doesn't get much better. But without further ado, bro, let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. So
it's here.
Start with the top
it's legit 10. Here.
Yeah. We'll start off with the top 10. It's already on the screen. I feel like it's really hard to mess up the top 4. I feel like everybody has the same 4. It's just about what order you want. So Jokic, Shea, Luka, Giannis. Do you feel that strongly about any of them? Because there's only one thing that I like that kind of makes me mad about it, but it's not that big of a deal.
Personally, I think that first 4 is like unanimous. I think Jokic, obviously the 1. I low-key think Giannis should probably be the 2, but I get giving it to SGA.
We're in agreement.
Obviously, we're in agreement. MVP. Luka, 3, you have to do it, or 3 or 4. That I would probably put Shea 3, Giannis 2. Personally, I think Giannis is going to put up some absolute crazy stats for this Bucks team this year. He looks motivated too in the Euro Ball, so excited for that. But yeah, I'm with you. Those 4.
Yeah, I think it's so hard to say that about Shea because it's like he had arguably one of the best seasons of all time when you really think about it, like just last season. But then it's like if you just look at what they do on the court, there's nothing you can do against Giannis. Shea gets in those moods where it's like, you can't defend that step back. But Giannis does things where you're genuinely like, there is absolutely like you can't even try and play defense. It's not that he's playing well against good defense like Shea does. You just genuinely can't defend it. So but whatever, top 4, that's not going to be the one that we get mad about. A lot of people seem to be upset at Wemby 5. I'm not.
Where's your opinion? Yeah, where's your opinion?
I'd put him right there. I put him at 5. And just so everybody knows,
I think Ant Edwards is my 5.
Then we're going to really disagree later. But I'll say this, at least from the way I'm kind of looking at this whole thing is, if I have a 7-game playoff series tomorrow, where am I ranking these players? And for the ones that are injured, out in anticipation of what they're going to be once they get back. But, I mean, for me, Wemby at 5, it's like he's such a unicorn on the basketball court, not just in his height, but, like, he can dribble, he can shoot, he's a deep boy. There is not a single more impactful player on the court than Wemby, in my opinion. He's just not as experienced to be above the other 4. That's really the only way I look at it.
That's fair. I think I buy in for what they've done over a longer span, a little bit more. I like that they have Curry, LeBron, KD. I think those 3 you could argue around mixing and matching. I would probably have KD ahead of Curry and LeBron personally. I love where he's at with Houston and Edwards and Vic. I think Vic I would lower personally. I'm not gonna lie. I think I haven't seen enough. I know he's incredible, but like, dude, like it's hard to put that dude against like ahead of Curry, LeBron, KD. Ant Edwards is sneakily my MVP favorite this year. I'm sure we'll do a video on awards and stuff later, but I think those first 9 all would be in my top 10.
I'll put it this way. What can Anthony Edwards do that Wemby can't, even if you remove height?
Stay healthier long term. I worry about Wemby's health, and I know you can say that about every single player.
Series tomorrow. 7-game series tomorrow.
I mean, bro, are we gonna disrespect Ant Edwards like that? Like,
I'm just.
what can't Ant Edwards do?
Are we that confident he's a better shooter than Wemby?
I think in this sense, it's like, yeah. For me, I think it's just he's done it more.
Yeah, but like we can remove them from the team context and just see what they're capable of.
I know you're a big Wemby guy,
but I feel like
for me it's like I know he's going to be in there. This is probably his year. The hype's there. It's year 3, so I'm not going to argue and be like he should be off the top 10. It's hard for me to put him ahead of Ant Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're arguing one or two players. Like, they're both going to be in the top 10 for MVP votes. I think we both agree on that.
I agree. You're also not going to like that. I think I'd have Curry over Ant. The reason why.
See, that's fair. I think Curry's higher than. Yeah.
I'd have Curry at 6, and I think for me. When Curry has a Curry game, you don't lose those games. I can't remember the last time I've seen it happen. And the fact that you have to defend for 50 feet, and it's not even when he has the ball, it does so much in terms of like the spacing of an offense. That's why the Warriors like get criticized so much. It's not because they don't win games. It's that Curry makes everybody's life so much easier. It's like, dude, you're playing 4v4. If you're like an average shooter, you should probably still be able to walk into 15 as a role player. But it just doesn't happen.
And his pedigree, man. Like, how do you go against what he's done? You know what I mean? So, like, we all see how he gets defended night in, night out. So I won't argue there. I do think Ant Edwards gets similar treatment, especially on the double teams and stuff like that. But obviously, there's no one in the league getting guarded how Curry is.
I'm putting this comment on the screen only to say, if Hallie was healthy, I think we would definitely be talking about him in this. At least you wouldn't. I think I would be talking about him in that Curry Ant tier. But because, like, an Achilles tear, it's a pretty big thing. I need to see it again before I put him back in there. But I definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why Tatum. That's why Tatum's not in there, too.
Tatum would be 5 if he was healthy.
Likewise. Yeah, likewise. I think it's hard with those guys. Like, I'm not going to argue injured guys like that just because it's like Joel Embiid, if he played 82, would also be in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Probably. I don't think he's going to be the same Joel when he gets back.
Is he ever going to play like 50 games again?
I'm saying even if he plays 82, it won't be the same. I don't think it'll be the same like 33 and 11 that we had 2 years ago. I think it's going to be like a 25 and 7, which is still good, but it takes him out of these conversations.
Fair. They got a much deeper roster too this year.
Yeah.
So
I will say, as much
I
as I love LeBron, he's not 8 right now. He is not. He's.
Which one did you say? Sorry, I couldn't pick that up.
LeBron. I'm saying as much as I love.
Okay.
Savior of Cleveland. He's no longer the 8th best player in the world.
I'm not taking him out of my top 10 yet, personally, but I can see the criticism.
I can't. I think we have to.
If you're taking LeBron or Jalen Brunson to go win you a series, you're taking LeBron, I think, personally. And I think that's where
but I don't think Jalen Brunson should be in the top 10 either.
Halliburton or LeBron. I'm taking LeBron too. And I think that's where it's like.
Re-injury, LeBron I would have taken Hallie. Post-injury, I don't know.
I feel like people forget. Didn't Hallie have a pretty slow first 2 months of the season? I remember some games where he was scoring 8 points a game.
I mean, nothing was confirmed, but there was still speculation that he was.
Imagine LeBron scoring 4.
What?
Imagine LeBron scoring 4 points a game. Like, Hallie had games where he legit scored like 7 points.
Yeah, but I started like probably half of the season. I really started looking at like the I want to say the hit assist to turnover ratio, like that's giving or taking away an extra like 10, 15 points for an offense and defense. So for Hallie to average like 12 assists to 1 turnover while not having like that high usage, like he genuinely doesn't feel the need to run the offense. It just like he's the engine of the offense anyways. I don't know. It seems so valuable to me. And he's also weirdly really good at blocking threes.
Yeah, he is a sneaky defender. I agree. I think it's going to be hard. I mean, these top like 15 players, I think like you could argue a lot of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But no, I wouldn't have
I'm
Jalen.
interested.
Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has 10 is too high for me. I think Kevin Durant at 9 is about as high as I'd put him. I'm not going to get mad at anybody for having him at 9, but I can't. I feel like it's not passing him by, but we're also kind of at the point where like we know he's really, really good, but it's also he hasn't done anything where he's not next to Steph Curry where it's like, okay, how much is him being good really contributing to team success? I'm not going to hold it against him because there's a lot more factors in that, but also it's been 18, 19 years. Like we have enough of a sample size.
That's fair. I think that Sun situation was like people are hard on him for it. It's like, dude, that was such a horrendous situation. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like hard for me to knock him there. I do think also losing Fred VanVleet, like his scoring is probably going to go up another point or two. I think that's a big loss for Houston, but they're probably going to play like Thompson at the 1. Honestly, they'll probably play like a lot of their wings.
He's going to be sick.
I was going to say we're going to see a lot of Eason.
I'm already ready to put Amen Thompson in some dangerous conversations.
Well, we'll see where he's at. Let's get into like the next tier because.
All right, 11.
Way too high. Shit. Way too high.
Holy shit, that is ridiculous. Because if he wasn't next to Shai,
actually crazy.
If he wasn't next to Shai making a finals run, nobody would even nobody would try and justify this. He's nice. We're not saying that he's a bum, but Jalen Williams at 11 is way too high. We're going to get into the people behind, but just if you think about who was directly in front of him, we're talking Jalen Brunson and Kevin Durant, a Hall of Famer and a guy who was averaging 30 for a team that made it to the conference finals 2 years or this. Am I mixing up last season and 2 years ago? This past season.
This past season, yep.
Yeah, like this is we're getting. He's not in those discussions. If you moved him to a different team, he's probably averaging, I'd say 25 points, 5-6 assists.
Can he carry a team as a 1 that goes deep into a playoffs?
Deep? No, I don't think so.
Like put him on the Hawks, like and take off Trae Young. You know what I mean? Like they're doing the same thing Trae Young's been doing. Yeah, probably like 8-9 seed.
Yeah, and like better at his role than guys like Trae Young and some of the guys behind him, maybe. But if we're just talking as a pure basketball player, you're plugging and playing him onto a team that you're creating. You're not saying he's the 11th best player in the NBA. I'm sorry.
And that's no knock on him. Like
no, it
none of these guys were going to be like they're all good players, obviously. But
I blame ESPN. The only reason he's getting criticized right now is because of ESPN. This is atrocious.
Yeah, that's a bad one. What's 12?
Oh no way!
That's too high. Way too high as well, bro. Way too high.
Why is
one playoff series? Way too high.
He has such a bad turnover issue right now, and I understand his usage is ridiculously high, but you can have high usage, high turnover rate, and also like he's not averaging 33 and 11 assists. He was averaging like what 22 and 9 or 8. Like we know it's there. It's gonna come. I'm not saying he's not going to be the 12th best player, but as it stands, again, we're talking like Jalen Brunson and Kevin Durant talk. He's not there. This is bad.
The East is getting a lot of love. Yeah, the East is getting a lot of love off one series because that's crazy, bro. That's a bad one. Way too high as well. Holy. No, I know you're going to dislike that take, but he's not the 13th best player in the league.
He's probably that like I'd say he's in the 12 to 16 range.
I'm taking Paolo Banchero over him, so where's that at?
You would put
I'm taking
Banchero
Paolo
over
over all three of those guys.
No.
All three of those guys I would have took Paolo over.
I'm also lower on Banchero. Like I think
bro.
Cade
He
and
battled with
Banchero.
you guys in a couple of series.
Like we talked about this earlier. I'd put Anthony Davis over Evan Mobley. But like I see,
I'll take AD. Yeah, for sure.
I see they're for me they're in a close enough tier that this isn't where I have the problem with. But I would take both of them over Jalen Williams and Cade comfortably, very comfortably.
AD is the injury history is probably where he's dropping a little. See, that's my problem. Donovan Mitchell, you're taking.
I had Donovan Mitchell over
every Cavs fan. Every Cavs fan would. There's not a single one that would take Mobley over Mitchell. Yeah. No way.
This is some homer bias, I will admit, but I'd be putting Mitchell at that 10 spot.
I mean, he's close. Yeah, he's closer than.
I think he's better than Brunson.
I would take him over Cade too. What was that stat Cade Cunningham had last year where it was like, I think it was Jalen Brunson or Halliburton or something.
This wasn't like game 4 of the Pistons Knicks series. It said if Jalen Brunson grabbed the ball and threw it out of bounds on like 41 straight possessions, he'd still have less turnovers per game than Cade Cunningham. This is like a 4-game series. It isn't like a season. That was insane. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell should be above everybody up until KD. I think he should be 10.
Yeah, I would take him over a lot of those guys.
Obviously, Mobley and
I just thought too.
Yeah, obviously Mobley and Anthony Davis are different positions. But between Cade, Jalen Williams, and Brunson, I don't think they can do anything with the basketball that Donovan Mitchell can't. Donovan Mitchell gets criticized for his defense. He has a 7-foot wingspan. He is not really a defensive liability. People just say that because he's next to Garland, who's significant, and it's like 2 smaller guards. But he's actually like pretty decent. Not like great. Like he's not a lockdown defender, but he's serviceable as a defender that you're not criticizing him for it. So for him to be as athletic as he is, as good offensively as he is, and a 7-foot wingspan isn't like an average defender, I don't know how you're taking points away. But Jalen Brunson, you have to take him off the court on last defensive possession. I hold that against him. I will admit. I hold that against Brunson. But I don't know. I also hate
I would take Mitchell over a lot of the names we just saw. I think Mobley should be in the 20 range personally. I would take AD 100% over him. I think also Jalen Williams, every guy we've seen so far, I still would have took over Jalen Williams so far.
I think Jalen Williams should be in like the 18 to 22 range. Like I'm taking Booker over J-Dub.
Yeah, he's the number 1 option. Like,
and he doesn't have to be.
They're doing the same thing.
We saw with Team USA. He has a pretty expansive game, and he's good at both. Really, the only reason he's not higher is because he's not like he doesn't have the game breaker thing. Like Curry has the game breaker thing, where it's just when he doesn't miss, there's just no way you lose. Anthony Edwards has that like absolute dog mentality that's just contagious to the whole team. Devin Booker is just a really good basketball player, but he also isn't that tall or strong.
I agree. I also think they haven't helped him a ton with like getting Brad Beal and just putting all the stars.
Yeah, no, the Suns are a pretty bad organization. Let's just we can be straight.
Talk about a team that has not helped. Paolo Banchero, bro. Come on.
Dude, I'm not 17's crazy. This is the way I view Paolo Banchero. If he's trying to play like Giannis when he's significantly smaller than Giannis. And that doesn't work. But I don't know. His ceiling is crazy. But the way he's trying to play doesn't seem like he's going. That doesn't feel to me that he's heading towards that potential. It feels like he's going to settle out as like a 15 to 25 player for the rest of his career. Unless he like gets like a part on one hand, I'm like, oh, I wish he developed like a better 3-point game, but also he's athletic enough that you don't want him to settle for threes. But he's not.
But do you know who started at point guard for them?
What?
Bro, they were starting Corey Joseph in a playoff series at point guard. Like, bro, that is no help. Obviously, he has to play like I feel like we haven't even seen him dive into his potential. They have Franz Wagner, who's similar to him, obviously different player. Jalen Suggs, who can't stay healthy, who's not a great shooter, decent shooter, I guess. Like, there was no shooters around him. Adding Tyus Jones, thank goodness they finally added a point guard, in my opinion. But, I mean, Corey Joseph was playing against you guys in that Cavs series, bro. He's been in the league like for like 20 years.
Yes,
I don't know.
but
I think
you
there's some
want
untapped
Paolo to be
potential.
running the
I'm
one
very
anyway.
high on PP.
But if
He's
this is a
yeah.
if this is a top 12 player, you want him basically running the one anyways. That's the issue. Where you can't complain about him not having a point guard when you want him to run the one, but he's also not good enough to run the one.
What team out of any of the 16 guys we've had, though, DP, has a worse starter next to them than Corey Joseph? I don't think there's any.
I mean,
that
it's
is
Jalen
criminal if
it's
Corey
Jalen
Joseph is
Suggs
your
when
point
he's
guard.
healthy, though. That's not fair to him because it's Jalen
I think-
Suggs. Just Jalen Suggs wasn't healthy.
Not a point guard, though. They just had to play him there. Desmond Bane, I think, is going to be a great addition, and
It's gonna be
I'll
great.
take a step back if they don't work out with those trio. But I think that he's going to turn some heads. I would take PB over. I know it's crazy, but I'd take him over Ant and Mobley personally. But I know people aren't going to agree with that take.
You said Ant?
I would take not Ant, sorry, AD, sorry. AD Mobley. I would put him in that like 11, 12, 13. Not Ant.
I was about to end this stream. I was about to end
Yeah,
this
no,
stream.
don't worry. That's a misspeak.
I think
No, we good.
I'm gonna say this. People don't realize I don't think he's a good defender. I think he gets cut some slack because he's so athletic that like people gloss over it. I think he's not a good defender. So I take away points for him for that too, which is why the only reason I remember that was because you were talking Mobley and AD. Those are both like they're both healthy, they're both deep boy candidates. I don't think Paolo's close to that. But I think offensively,
Yeah,
I think
fair.
there's at least an argument for both of them against Paolo. If not better for both of them than Paolo. But we move.
The defense, he obviously is not the same as those players.
Get Jimmy Butler out of the top 30. No.
Bro, get him out of my top 40.
No, yeah, I need to read. I haven't read any of these excerpts, but I need to read this one just to understand how they're justifying this. Yeah, he fell hard on his
Bro,
tailbone.
as a Portland fan, I wouldn't trade Denny Advia, and I'm not going to sit here and say Advia should be over him, obviously, but I wouldn't trade Denny Advia for Jimmy Butler. No way in hell he's a top 18 player, bro.
Here's the way I look at it. If he was 28 last year, there's no justification you can have to move him up at all, much less 10 spots. Like this was not an impressive season that was put together by Jimmy Butler. Just to put that up, last year, NBA had him ranked as 28th. This year he's 18th after a below like expectation season where he got traded in the middle of it because of a holdout, and then when Curry got hurt, he like couldn't do anything in the playoffs. He fell on his tailbone. He will be the first one to tell you that that's not an excuse for him, at least. Like we've seen him play through worse. So I don't know. I'm not going to hold it against him that he hurt his tailbone. I still think Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Butler. But I never thought that Jimmy Butler should have been at 18 in the first place.
I'd take Jalen Williams over Jimmy Butler there. So
yeah, I agree. But I think this
is so disrespectful.
What
Jimmy Butler is not better than Jalen Brown.
No,
but I'm just saying, like, there's no world Jalen Brown is better.
I agree.
I was gonna say, there's no way.
No, Jalen Brown is better than Jimmy Butler, but Jalen Brown, I also think this is around where the number he should settle around at, anyways. Once we get to some of the guys behind him.
Fair. Jalen Williams, Jalen Brown. Who are you taking?
Probably Jalen Williams.
Jalen Brown. See, I like Jalen Brown, but I think those are very similar tiers.
I think for me, if we're talking to Jalen Brown that had the defensive stance that he had against Luka Doncic in the finals, it's Jalen Brown. But I feel like we didn't see that enough this year that I'm comfortable saying, oh, he's still that same defender. I'm going to keep giving him that credit just because we saw it 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's a good ranking for him. I'm a little surprised he went down, but yeah, what do you think about this guy?
20? What did you say?
I said, what do you think of this guy? 20.
Way too low. Are we being fucking serious? Kawhi, when healthy, is probably a top 10 player. I'm taking a healthy Kawhi over a healthy Donovan Mitchell. And I already said I'm higher than consensus on Donovan Mitchell. What is this ranking?
They have him over Jimmy Butler. What basketball fan is
scary.
taking him over? You know what I mean? Like, there's
No.
none.
There's no world where Kawhi should be ranked as the 20th player in the NBA. Didn't he just have like a playoff series where he had like two of the best playoff games in recent memory against the Nuggets? This is atrocious.
It's probably because he just got in trouble or whatever with that contract stuff, so they're taking it out on him a little. Because I mean, I don't know, that's tough. I mean,
that's off the court stuff.
I think he should be like a 15.
Also, what are you gonna tell Kawhi? Or like Kawhi is Kawhi supposed to say no to that offer if he thinks like it's not his fault? It's Steve Ballmer's fault.
Also, there's so many guys that have probably done similar stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know.
No, I think Jalen Brunson almost
Like,
got caught for something too. All right, next up, I know you're not gonna like it.
That's such a bad ranking, bro. Anyone that watches basketball genuinely knows he's not top 22, top 23. I would have took every single guy we've seen on the list over Bam so far, every single one.
I'll say he's too. I do like Bam, but this is too high just because if you're ever in a scenario where he's your best player on the court, you're probably not the better team in that scenario, no matter who's around him. And I think that's fair, although I do really, really like him.
I'm pulling up his stats. What do you do? 9 rebounds a game, 18 points. Come on.
I think that's the reason I like him, though, because I don't think his impact is in the stats. It's like the same way people argue about Draymond, whether it's like, oh, yeah, he only averages 6 points, but like he clearly makes a difference when he's on the court. This is like that, but like with somebody who's actually good at basketball. That's the way I do.
We'll see on the rankings. I think you would agree. There's not one guy we've seen that you would take over Bam, or that you would take Bam over.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, maybe him. That's it.
No, pretty comfortably. I think I can say that with confidence. Bam is a top 3 defender in
series. I wouldn't.
Has to be top 25.
Who did I just see at 22? Who did I just see at 22? Oh, bro, I thought that was Aaron Nesmith. I was about to lose.
We got somebody saying he has to be top 25 as a result of being a top 3 defender in all of basketball. I think what kind of holds him back is, as great of a defender as he is, he's also not like 7'2", which, like, I don't think people are not driving in the paint because Bam's there, but when they do, he has an impact. I'll put it that way. I do really like Bam, though.
Yeah, it's fair. I'm not going to knock his defense. That's obviously why he's valuable.
Another Pacer player that I did a big 180 on was Siakam. I think what he did in the final series, for one, I did not know that he had that in his bag defensively. He genuinely, I was watching that game or that series, and I know he didn't play to that level defensively throughout the whole season, but I was watching it and I was like, was I blind to a potential like all NBA defensive type of player? Because he looked that good defensively. I think offensively, I knew he had all that stuff in his bag, but defensively, he really did change my mind so much that I feel comfortable saying I have him as like a top 17, 18 player.
Yeah, same. That's probably where I'd have him. I don't have too much to add. I mean, I think he's better than Jimmy Butler. I don't buy the playoff Jimmy Butler narrative, all that. He's been in the East forever. Like, I'm low on those guys. I think the Miami Heat, like, roster with Spoelstra and with their pace of play, like, you could plug a lot of these guys in and they're going to look similar, especially in the East. Like, let's not act like they were an 8 seed even when they made their run, like, which is cool, no knock. But who do we got at 23?
I think Siakam belongs in that Jaylen Brown, Jalen Williams conversation.
Fair, yeah, same. I'd probably take Jaylen Brown over both them still, but
that's fair. The game 7 choke card is James Harden at 23. Holy shit. We're giving him way too much credit for that Clippers season. Like the fact that we have Kawhi at 20 and Harden at 23 says a lot.
The ESPN's given the Stars a lot of love with their rankings, or the Stars. You know what I mean?
I mean, we're gonna get to the players
Bro, where's
behind
Trae
them.
Young?
I
I'm taking
guarantee
Trae Young over James Harden.
they're gonna have him in the 30s, and I'm ready for it.
25
Just
and
off
10
the top of your head,
every
of players
single
you
year.
haven't seen yet. I'm still taking Jason Tatum off an Achilles tear over James Harden.
Yeah. I'm interested where they're going to put Embiid. Yeah, I mean, who do we got at 24? Let's keep going. I'm not going to guess. I want to just see what we got. Because
Chet at 24.
Hell
Chet needs to be a
no.
lot higher. Chet needs to be
hell
higher.
no, bro. Come on, bro. That's crazy.
Here's
15 points a game, 7 rebounds.
Here's how I'll put it.
Come on, bro.
For the entire season, the argument between like the Cavs and Thunder fans was Chet versus Mobley. While Mobley has, I think, between the depoy and what he showed this season with the Cavs, I think he's comfortably taken that. However, it can't be that close, and one of them is part of a NBA Finals winner, and then there be that big of the gap in the rankings. Because he is one of the best defensive anchors in the NBA. He does have like 7'2", can shoot. That whether he can do it consistently is a different question, but it is in his arsenal. He is a mismatch nightmare if you don't have another big on him. There's not much you can say that you can take away from him as a basketball player. That's my
thing is if you look at the opposite, like look at NFL rankings, everyone would say, oh, the Eagles have the best roster. They didn't get all their guys in the top 12 just because all of them are good players and they won the Super Bowl last year. And I think the NBA is hitting us with, oh, they won the championship. We're going to honor it with Chet and J-Dub. I think J-Dub should be at like 24. Chet, I'm interested to see. I low-key think Chet's a 40 player. Like, I don't think any team's taking Chet to be their number one player on their roster. If we did a fantasy draft, I don't think a single team would take him at one.
Not their number one, but
especially to win a playoff series like we're taking.
I see your argument about being a number one player.
No way. To win a playoff series, dude, no way. Trae Young, you're taking over.
No, I wouldn't take him as a number one player. Sure. But I think.
But you know what I mean?
Top 24. What I was going to say was he would be he's such an important second player that it's like, how do you want to weigh that? But if you can't be a number one player, I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see who's behind him.
Like, I would take him over Sengun.
No. Absolutely not. I would take Sengun over Bam and Chet.
I don't think Sengun is that great of a defender.
Oh, baby Jokic is getting so much disrespect, man.
He's definitely better in the post than Chet. But I think if my center is elite in the pick and roll and defending the rim, that's more important to me than running 4 post plays a game.
If you took Sengun off the Rockets and put Chet on the Rockets, would they win more or less games, you think, last year?
I think more.
With his facilitation, I think they lose significantly less. Or I think they lose like 5 to 8 more games. Personally. I'm high on Sengun.
I would think they would be so ridiculous defensively, and they already lack spacing, which Chet can provide to a bigger degree.
Can shoot.
That, like, I think for Sengun, a lot of it was he made Fred VanVleet more valuable to run the pick and roll, but it took away from you using like Amen Thompson and Jalen Green in more higher usage scenarios that I don't think you have that same issue with Chet. Chet allows you to do more with the offense.
Fair. I personally am taking Sengun, but I can understand.
Yeah. Derek White at 26. I know you like Derek White, so I'll let you get it started.
I like him, but that is ridiculous. You're telling me you would take Derek White if you're building an NBA roster over Trae Young? Like, over any of these stars, bro. That guy, what did he average last year? 16 points? Yeah, 16 and
16
5. Like,
5 assists, or this was
good
last
defender,
year,
but come
or
on,
this
man.
year's
He's playing
fantasy
next to
projection.
Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Like, no
If you
way.
put Derek White on a bad team, he doesn't look like Derek White, and I think that has to mean something.
Put him on the Sixers. He's probably like, is he doing what Quentin Grimes did?
He's probably doing what probably looks like Kelly Oubre, like same kind of impact. Where
That's
it's
what I'm
like,
saying.
okay,
Like, put him
people
on the
like Kelly
Blazers.
Oubre, but nobody's like going to bat for Kelly Oubre.
Put him on the Blazers. He's probably a better defending Anthony Simons. Gets us 19 to 20 points, couple rebounds. That
Derek
one's
White,
crazy. That might be the worst one of the list
I think
so far.
Outside of Boston fans, people are like, I feel like they're in the consensus that he shouldn't be an All-Star. If you're being ranked 26th in the NBA, you're kind of saying that they're not just an All-Star, a certified All-Star because of like injuries and all that stuff.
Hold on. Where's Karl Anthony Towns?
Oh, Jesus. I feel like we're about to see like
Bro.
the next 15 players. We're going to be like, what the fuck
This
are they
is
doing?
crazy. If you're taking Derek White over Cat, Bam Adebayo over Cat, Sengun over Cat, like come on. This is getting crazy disrespectful, bro.
I'd put Cat over Harden. I'd probably put him behind
I'd
Siakam.
take probably him over Siakam.
I'd take Cat over Jimmy right now, which feels crazy to say. I will admit. There he is. Next one up.
Okay, there he is.
This is
That's crazy. He's a top 20 player. No way.
I'd say top 25 because
look at those numbers. Look at those numbers compared to Bam, bro.
There was a point of the season, I think the first like 2 weeks of the season, teams were shooting 100% on shots inside of 5 feet against the Knicks because of when Cat was on the court. That he is I'll say it does look way worse because it's also next to Jalen Brunson, but it's also it isn't nothing. Just yeah. He is in front of a lot of the guys you mentioned, but I
don't care. I don't care if he doesn't defend anyone, bro. He's the top 20 player. Derek White is ahead of Karl Anthony Towns.
No, I think he should be ahead of Derek White. But
Jimmy
I also
Butler. Come on. Bam.
No
way, bro.
I think Siakam is where I draw the line on Cat. I take Maxey over Cat with confidence, dude. Maxey is so ridiculous. People forgot how good of a season he had just because the Sixers were bad. He is ridiculous. How did he go from 19 to 28? Hold the fuck up. Or did we watch the same season? There is nothing. There's not a single thing about watching the season from Maxey that made you take him down. If anything, I got so much more confidence in Tyrese Maxey. What the fuck am I looking at?
I'd put him in the same spot, 19 to 20. I like there's probably like 7 or 8 guys I would take ahead of him already. You know what I'm saying? Like I would take him probably over Harden. I'd take him for sure over Butler. But like the top 16, probably none of them.
I can confidently say I think Maxey's top 20.
Derek White's better than Tyrese Maxey, so
there's nothing.
Okay, that's horrible too, bro.
What?
27 and 29 are the worst 2 rankings I've seen personally.
I'm actually
I think he's gonna have a huge year, bro. I'm actually I'm gonna start defending him. Yeah, I'm gonna start defending Trae Young, bro. There's no way he's a top. Like he's 29, bro. That's
because I would have assumed
I used
that you
to
were
be a hater.
Trae Young.
No, I used to be a Trae Young hater, but there's no way he's done it for too long. Like that is ridiculous. Come on.
I mean,
that's bad.
24 and like 11 season, and this was a bad season for him. Like he very inefficient from 3 that I don't think is gonna stick. Just a complete revolving door of guys coming in and out. I think I'd probably put him like right behind Siakam. Probably ahead of Siakam. No, I'm taking Trae Young over James Harden every day and twice.
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Trae Young.
Jimmy Butler. Bam.
I'm taking Trae Young.
Yeah, like Derek White.
Trae Young.
Like, come on, bro. Yeah, that's a bad one, bro.
He's
gonna have a huge year, bro. He's getting so much disrespect.
That 28-29.
I love Maxey, but I'm probably taking him over Maxey too. That's way too high, bro. big Scotty Barnes guy, but that is criminal as well.
I'm not a big Scotty Barnes guy. He's not a good 3-point shooter. He's a very average facilitator. He's athletic and strong. So are a lot of these guys. What the fuck? I don't.
He's a
get
high
it.
usage player. Yeah, I'm
He's
one
a
of
high
those.
usage
I use the Blazers analogy. I use the Blazers analogy obviously because that's my team, but I think it fits. If Denny Advia was on that offense, tell me he's not putting up 18, 7, and 5, doing the exact same thing as Scotty Barnes.
There's nothing about Scotty Barnes' game where I watch and I said, "Yep, he's the only one in the league doing that." Nothing, not a single thing.
Fair. And they were playing him during blowouts. I remember him cashing bets down 40, bro, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Like his stats aren't like because they were just getting the shit beat out of him. You know what I mean? Like he was putting up numbers. He played good minutes. But yeah, that one's a little rough to me. I think that's where the Jimmy Butler range should be.
That's atrocious. Jaren Jackson Jr. He's
Probably
tough.
right. I'm taking him over Chet.
No. Oh, whoa.
Way better. I'm taking him over Chet. 22, 6,
Where the
2
fuck did that
blocks.
come from?
NBA All-Star? Carried his team when Ja went down.
The number one option is not something to pat him on the back for.
I'm not saying it's like, I mean, Desmond Bane was there too. They were both similar usage players.
Desmond Bane isn't taking.
That's probably where I'd put Bam.
That's a fine.
I'm taking him over Chet and Bam, actually. I'd be curious to see what more people think, but I actually would probably take JJJ over both those.
I'm taking Chet.
And I would take Cat over all three of them.
Very comfortably. That was crazy. What can Jaren do?
You're taking Chet comfortably?
Yeah. He rebounds. I'd say he's a slightly better defender.
I think same defender. He brings the ball up. He can bring the ball up. I've seen JJJ bring that damn ball up from freaking 80 feet, bro. Like,
and so can Chet.
It's just
there's no world where you're asking Chet to do it when he's sharing a quote with J-Dub and Shea. That's never gonna happen.
Put JJJ on OKC, they do the exact same thing. So I feel like it's pretty tough to argue. They would win the ship with or without Chet on JJJ. Like, and that's why I think they should be the same team.
They lose that Denver series if JJJ's there.
Didn't Chet play? I can't remember what his numbers were, but didn't he play pretty bad? Wasn't that the Hartenstein series?
What do you mean? You're saying the series where Hartenstein did really well? No, that was when Hartenstein got played off the court versus the Nuggets. That was when they were putting Caruso in at center to start the second half.
I do remember that game. That was crazy. I'm trying to find what Chet averaged in that series. I'm not gonna say Chet's like horrible, but I think that's like if he's a top 26 player.
I think Jaren Jackson is what he is at this point. Like I'm kind of outside of being a better rebounder. Like we know he's a good defender. I don't think he's ever going to be a 30-point per game scorer. He can shoot, but he's not like he shouldn't be taking 7 threes a game. He has a post game, but not one that you want to put in his hands when the game's on the line. I don't know. I think that's about right. Franz Wagner. I think him and Paolo should be closer together than they are.
That's so disrespectful. Come on, bro. Franz a good player, but
I think Franz is underrated.
He is underrated. I like Franz too. I'm not going to dish on Franz. I think he's a good player. I'm taking Franz over Jimmy Butler.
I am too.
Who we got at 33? I think Franz is probably around.
I'll let you start talking about the next one. Go do that. Oh, we're going to have fun with this one.
Yeah, I'll wait for you, bro, because that's crazy too. If he plays the whole season, like we all can unanimously agree he's a top 20 player. There's no way JJJ is ahead of him. Derek White's better than Ja Morant, apparently. Yeah, Bam's better than Ja Morant. That's a bad one in my opinion too. It's tough though because ESPN's obviously ranking some of these guys off what they did last season. We still haven't seen Joel Embiid. Obviously, he's banged up this year, but expected to play more. Tatum, I'm interested to see where they put him. I mean, they might leave him off the list entirely. I'm not sure. We haven't looked at this at all, so obviously this is all live reactions. JJJ over Bam, no way, don't rebound at all. That's the only knock I think that JJJ has over Bam. Personally, he's a way better scorer in my opinion. But yeah, that's fair. They're in the same tier for me, but I'm not going to argue Bam over JJJ. Trae Young's usage is ridiculous. I think he puts up those numbers on whatever team he plays for. Like if he's on the Orlando Magic, it would slow down a couple points, but I bet he still puts up 22 and 10, 23 and 10. White does more to affect winning. Yeah, I mean, we're taking it off like number one options as well. Like we're paying that into account. So like Derek White, we can all agree is not number one option. Obviously, he's a beneficial player for winning. Alex Caruso is too, but I don't think we're sitting here saying Alex Caruso is a top 32 NBA player either. So kind of hard in that sense. There's obviously going to be guys that affect winning more, but that's kind of how Doc and I are trying to like take this is like if an NBA GM is drafting, we can agree. There's probably 15 guys we're taking Ja Morant over probably like 15 guys on that list.
This is the most diabolical ranking I've ever seen in my life.
33.
Bro, he should be top 20. There was obviously it's gotten to the point where Anthony Davis expanded his game as a 3-point shooter and became way more reliable. But there was really a point where I was like, Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards do a lot of the same thing, like at the same level. Again, Anthony Edwards has expanded his 3-point game a lot more than Ja has, and is a better defender. But like the gap should not be 33 and 6. Just that's nuts.
Derek White or Ja Morant?
Ja Morant by a landslide. We should not even be having
James
that
Harden.
Ja Morant.
It's like disrespect. Yeah, that's mad disrespectful.
I take Ja Morant over Siakam.
It's honestly. Yeah, me too.
Over Bam.
Come on.
Bam. Kawhi, I already said should be top 10.
Yeah, Kawhi's like probably the range he should be in. It's just because he's obviously got the off-court stuff, some injury history. So, like, I feel like the NBA's punishing him a little bit.
The off-court stuff hasn't been a thing really for, what, 2.5 years now? I don't care.
Yeah, me neither. I think they're just punishing him.
The reality is, if he didn't get on Instagram Live, there would be no off-court stuff. Like, he wasn't arrested on the street.
No one would know.
Yeah. The only difference between him and somebody else is he turned on Instagram Live.
Yeah, and he got caught. That's the only difference, yeah.
Scotty Barnes over Ja Morant is actually hilarious.
Yeah, that's a bad one. That's probably one of the worst ones. But we got at 34.
And it's also not like we haven't seen it. Like it's not like, oh, like Trae, like obviously Trae had the comments followed. We're like, he hasn't made the playoffs or like showed anything like in a meaningful moment in a while. We literally, like in the limited fashion we saw Ja Morant this year, we'd see him like get counted out and be like up 40 and 11, holding out of nowhere and winning a big game like at the buzzer. Like he has it, bro. This is so ridiculous.
He's gonna get Memphis rocking this year.
I'm fine with this Sabonis ranking.
Yeah, my thing is like, are you taking Sengun over Sabonis?
Sabonis is better in the pick and roll handoff. Sengun is better as an individual scorer. As a defender, I'm not really that high on either of them. Neither of them are great shooters. I think they're close.
Fair.
I'm probably taking Sabonis slightly, but like that goes back to my whole thing on Ireland.
Derek White, I'm taking Sabonis over. Or I'm taking Sabonis over Derek White.
I am too.
Scotty Barnes.
Just Sabonis. Easy. De'Aaron Fox. I'm not upset with just because I think he has such a wide range that he could be in. Like you could say anything between 25 and 45, and I could be like, I understand.
Same. He puts up a lot of garbage stats. He was lighting the beam on some empty stats, in my opinion. I love the Zubac love, bro.
I love the Zubac love.
He deserves it. Top
He was
40.
so good
Top
last
40.
season. Yeah, I'm fine with
Me
that.
too. I'm a big Zoo. Yeah, I'm cool with that too. I respect top 40, bro.
Dude, I think Amin Thompson. How high am I willing to go on this take? I'll say top 25. Maybe.
I mean, honestly, like
maybe. If I was really trying to make a hot take, I think I could say that Amin Thompson is a top 20 player and like really make an argument for it. I don't know if I'm there yet.
If he's starting at point guard,
if he's starting at point guard for a team that's probably top 3 in the West, and he's going out there averaging like 20 and 8 as a defensive fucking menace,
and he's grabbing seven assists.
Some wild takes next season, because if this is what I said in the playoffs, if he gets a jump shot, like I'm talking 35% from 3, I'm ready to put him into top 10 categories. He's so ridiculous at literally everything except for shooting.
Dude, he was unranked last year. So I think top 40 is a good ranking for him. I get why they're not putting him in the top 20 yet. But I mean, the role is there for him to go and be a top 25.
I said during the playoffs, I have him closer to Paolo than anybody wants to have him closer to Paolo. Paolo's better. But if I know this isn't how we're doing the rankings right now, but if I'm drafting a team from like this point in the next 10 years, I'm taking Amin over Paolo. And I know that's a crazy take. I know nobody's going to be with me on that. But I think Amin is fucking ridiculous.
These West Coast guys get no love, bro. No way. I'm not going to let that slide, but I'm not going to compare him to Paolo yet.
He's fucking insane. There's literally nothing. There's nothing. Like, he doesn't have a top 5 handle, but like athleticism, defense, dunking, knowing when to cut, transition. Like, he's legitimately top 10 at every single one of these things except for shooting. He's fucking ridiculous. Darius Garland, 38. I'm trying to think. I'd take him over Fox.
I would not.
I would.
I don't like Garland in postseason.
I don't think Fox is faster, but Garland's shiftier. And outside of those two things, I don't think there's anything where Fox is better than Garland.
Like, Garland's a top 40 player, though. I'll agree. Like, that's a fair ranking. Like,
are you taking Garland or Ja?
Ja.
Are you thinking about it, or is it very confident?
No. If they're playing and you plug in, no. I think Ja's a top 18
I'm
player
taking Ja as well.
if he's playing all year.
Yeah. Garland or Franz?
Franz. The rebounding bro has to play. Like,
no chance. Bro, we're talking about
24 and 6 and 6. Come on.
Bro, he had 20, 24 and 7 as the third option.
I mean, you guys were crushing everybody, so I'd expect some stats there.
But yeah, he also didn't play the fourth quarters because we were crushing everybody.
I think he came in. We know his rotation. He came in to start the fourth. He would run those final 7. We always were sweating bets because we're like, oh shit, Garland's subbing out here at the 9-minute or at the 3-minute range in the third. We need him to come back. Don't act like we don't remember the rotation, DP.
I'm taking him over Scotty. Comfortably, by the way. Very comfortably over Scotty.
Probably. Yeah, probably. Garland, though, was so bad 2 years ago, bro. Like, so I still remember.
Yeah, but we know why.
I know
the year before that he was an all-star.
That's fair. I think Donovan Mitchell and Mobley are clear-cut better than him, but he's probably in my top 40, so I think that's a fair ranking. Like, I'm not going to say move him. I'd take him over Derek White.
Yeah, exactly.
So if Derek White's top 40, yeah.
Are you taking Garland over Harden?
Over Harden?
Yeah. I think I had this argument with you, or maybe it wasn't with you, maybe it was with somebody else during the season.
Harden's playoff freaking failures sucks, but I probably still would take Harden. This is probably the last year I would, though. We'll see how he finishes. I think they're similar, though. You could definitely argue it.
Desmond Bane at 39. I think it's a little too high.
Bit
But
high.
I understand it.
Bit high. I'm not going to disrespect it, though. Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh, this is what I'm happy to talk about. Aaron Gordon is also he went very quickly. I think before this season, I thought he was very overrated. After this season, I am now on the other side of it. I think he's very underrated. I think he got the
We used
reputation.
to say that Jokic made this guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. He's top 50. 40 might be, I don't know, a little high,
I'd
but
say
he's definitely in
35.
the top 50.
I'm taking him over Zubac. I'm taking him over Fox.
See.
I'm taking over.
No, you're not taking him over De'Aaron Fox. Stop it.
Yes.
Come on. That's mad disrespect to Swipe.
Because we're at the point with Aaron Gordon now. There is not a single hole in his game. Like, you're not asking him to be the facilitator, but if he gets 7 assists in a game, we're not that surprised. He has handles. He developed a consistent 3-point shot. He is great around the rim. You're putting him to defend the best player. He is, as far as best role players, he's put himself into the Derek White category.
Yeah, I agree. He's top 50 for me for sure. I'll see where the next few guys fall, but yeah, he's better than OG.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Julius Randle,
no, I don't hate it, but I understand it.
He was good last year. He was good. I'll put him in.
Yeah, but are we expecting him to be any better than he was last year is the question.
No, but for a number 2 option on the Timberwolves, it's going to be a good team. I think that's fair.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I have 45. Aaron Gordon over him and Aaron Gordon's 40, and we wouldn't have Julius Randle above Aaron Gordon next year.
Yeah, like I don't think Denver would make that trade. Yeah, Denver would keep Aaron Gordon. So I agree.
Yeah. I think this is one of those things where you're like, oh shit, there's a lot of good players in the NBA.
Exactly. But he's top 50.
Dude, we're a bit high.
Bucket getter, bro. We got to put him in top 50. Come on.
Bro, if he was on any other team, if he was on any other team, he would not be getting this usage and this respect. I'm sorry.
Bro, us Portland guys would die to have him as our 4 instead of Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, but if he's your 4, he's not doing anything that justifies him being the 43rd best player in the NBA.
He would have been so good on the Cavs if you guys never traded for DeAndre Hunter and he was your 3 plug-in. He would be nasty on your team just as a spot up. Bro, he plays with the worst team with the worst head coach in all of basketball.
But that's also the only reason that he's averaging 20 points a game.
Talk about a guy that doesn't play the fourth quarter. Bro, we've seen him play 20 minutes and Will Hardy just sit him for 20 straight.
Yes, but can you honestly tell me he's more than the 3rd option on a single playoff team?
I mean, probably not, but like we'll see who's there. Like, I do understand you got to give him some flowers. Like, he put up 21 and 7.
I just think there's a lot more.
I know you don't like it because he's ex-Cav. Ex-Cav
no.
got traded.
I was really happy to see him doing well. I'm not going to lie. Because I thought the Cavs gave up on him a little too easily. But I'm also, this goes back to the thing we just said about Julius Randle. There is a lot of really good players in the NBA, and if you made them the number 1 option on the Utah Jazz, I think they're putting up better numbers than this.
They're doing that. I agree. Well, we'll see who's there. So far, I think he makes sense as a top 50. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not probably taking him over any of the guys we've seen.
I'm taking Jalen Johnson over him in a heartbeat. Heartbeat.
He's way too. Yeah, he's a top 35 for me this year. I think he makes the All-Star game.
I agree. Holy fuck! I haven't seen. If he was on the Hawks, he'd average 30, or on the Jazz. I'm not even that. Like, I don't think he's like a offensive superpower, but he's averaging 30 on the Jazz. Jesus,
we're on the same page there, 100%.
I'm fine with this ranking.
Yeah, I mean, good center. Like,
I think
45 is probably where he should be. Yeah.
I think he's a step behind Zubac, and I'm fine with that.
Likewise, there hasn't been a center where I'm like that he needs to be ahead of, but there's probably not another center.
Yeah, exactly.
Little disrespectful for Jamal. Little
He had a
disrespectful in
bad
my
season.
opinion. But
He had a bad season. And there
Yeah.
wasn't really justification for it other than just like he wasn't that good.
would you take Derek
He's
White over
not-
Jamal Murray? Like, is this the Derek White range?
Think. Because I don't think like
This
because of
could
his
be where
skill
we
set.
think Derek White should be.
Yeah. Because of Jamal Murray's skill set, like yes, he could run an offense and be a 1, but I don't think any successful team has him as their best player.
He just had that one playoff series that was unreal. That like kind of carried him. Joel 47. They finally give him his flowers. I get it. You can't put him too high. We don't know how long he's playing.
I think he comes back averaging like 24, 25, and 7. And like 3 assists. I don't know if he'll be good defensively, which is where the Jared Allen struggle comes in. I can't be mad, but I can't love the ranking either. I don't really know how to feel about it.
Same. Uncertain. It's tough to give a.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Mikal Bridges at 48.
Way too high.
He was bad this season.
Is he
like,
that good of a
legitimate-
defender?
Not anymore.
Like, is he that elite? Like, I know I'm not gonna say he's a shit defender, obviously, but like, is he really like? I kind of think he's one of those guys that just was a good defender with the Suns and then has gotten worse and worse. Obviously, he
It's
played with
more-
the Nets. Tough to judge, but
I think, with the Nets, he had too much usage offensively to have the energy to do both at the level that we know he can. And with the Knicks, he got kind of screwed by Cat being such a bad pick and roll defender when he got screened. But you can't have that be the issue and then also be so unimpactful offensively.
I agree. Liability offensively, literally got subbed out of games.
Yeah. Rudy
Rudy
Gobert,
Gobert top
49.
50. Come on, fair spot. If we're gonna let Jared Allen be at 45, Rudy's probably right there. For
I'm
me.
fine with it. Can't argue with it.
Gets played off sometimes, but he's solid.
Hey, no, I lied. I have a problem with this.
Where are you putting KP?
Kristaps has to be over Gobert. If we're talking a healthy Kristaps, like we're
How
putting
bad
him
are we
significantly-
nervous about his? How bad are we nervous about his injury history?
I don't think we know enough about it to be nervous yet. We just gotta kind of wait and see. Derek White being
Fair.
the gold standard for did this player get snubbed? Is he better than Derek White? Yeah. that's
Oh,
pretty
I would
much
put Derek
how it
White
is.
over Kristaps. Yeah, like this is the Derek White range.
I
I'd put him over
wouldn't.
Bridges. I'd put him. You don't think? So
A
you're
healthy
still thinking Derek
Kristaps?
White top? You're not putting Derek White top 50 in your top 50 DP?
I'm putting a healthy Kristaps is probably top 30. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't hate it. Like I'm not gonna. I'm a Kristaps guy. I'm nervous about his.
Like,
his
Kristaps
history
isn't
starting to, like,
bad at anything. That's the issue. Like he can shoot.
no,
you
he's a good player.
You can give the ball to him at the elbow and run the offense through there. He's a great rim protector. He doesn't have to be the number one option. He can be the number 4 option and still be just as effective. I'm taking Kristaps very comfortably over Derek White, assuming full health. That's the key. But no,
What about
there's-
Mikal
there's-
Bridges?
No, I'm taking Derek White. Oh wait, Kristaps over Mikal? Oh,
No,
without him,
Derek
dude,
White.
Jesus. Derek White over Mikal Bridges? Oh, with comfort.
Okay, so Derek White's a top 50 then. So far,
Derek-
we'll see who's
I think-
snubbed out of the
I'd
top
say
50.
I'll say Derek White is top 40. I think that's where I'd settle because I'd put him over Markkanen, Randall, OG.
I'd take
probably
Jalen
over
Johnson in
Aaron
my top
Gordon.
42.
I'm taking Derek White over Desmond Bane.
Fair.
I think
Yeah,
after
that's
this
probably. I
game-
think the 40 to 50 range is a good spot for him,
yeah.
but 26 is generous.
Draymond Green.
We'll start
bro.
picking up a little bit because I gotta leave in like
Yeah.
30 minutes. But Draymond,
Yeah.
what do you think?
No, get him Draymond. I defend Draymond from the people who don't know ball that make fun of him, but we also can't know ball and think he is better at basketball than the guys that are about to be behind him.
Fair.
'Cause
I'm interested to see who's behind him first.
Cooper Flag, too early to tell. I think we just move past that one.
Too early, yeah.
Alex Caruso or Draymond?
7 points, 3 rebounds per game is really solid stats. But no, I'm kidding. I know he impacts winning, obviously. There's a reason they went and got him. But, like, come on, bro. That's a tough one.
Podcast P.
Podcast P54. I'm
Probably
a
a
low
little
PG
bit
guy.
different.
I've never been a yeah. Are you taking Caruso or Paul George, DP?
If we're assuming Paul George has the same season as last year, I'd take Caruso. But I think that
Healthy.
what was the injury that he had last year? Elbow or shoulder or something?
Yeah, he was all over. I felt like I think he had 2 different ones.
Yeah, I think people forgot about those injuries very quickly and just went back to clowning him. I think he'll come back as a top 50 player pretty comfortably this season.
Fair. If he stays out of playoff P mode. I
Yeah.
love the Dyson Daniels love. I love
Yeah.
that. Best defender in the league.
Hartenstein, I think this is fair. He impacts winning basketball, but he's not
I
like
love that heart love too. One of my favorite players in the league. Born in my hometown.
I'm debating if I'd take Turner or Hartenstein.
I think that's a good ranking for MT.
Yeah.
Like he definitely deserves to be higher than what he was last year at 81.
I forgot about where the fuck is Zion?
Yeah. Yeah, Zion's not in the top 60 is crazy too. Holy.
What the
That's what I'm saying. There's going to be a lot of guys popping up where you're like, holy smokes, I forgot about him. The
dude?
problem is Pelicans are going to be so bad.
Dude, they could go 0-82. There's no world that Zion should be this low. Dude,
Trey Murphy
what
over
the
Zion's
fuck?
a little crazy.
Trey Murphy by
Especially
himself
because
is
Snacks,
low.
yeah.
'Cause I was
Snacks lost a lot of weight.
I initially, my first reaction when I saw this while you were talking, I opened my mouth like in shock. I was like, oh, Trey Murphy needs to be a lot higher. And then I had the realization of Zion.
Yeah, that's crazy. Zion should definitely be top
Wow.
60. Come on. Probably top
Dude, a
30,
healthy,
top
a
40,
healthy Zion is
probably. Maybe
a
top
healthy
30.
Zion is like top 20. What are we talking about?
Dude, it gets tough. These rankings get tough. But that's
This is-
crazy.
Oh my god. Jalen Suggs is fine. I don't. That's okay. I'd probably.
Bro, hold on. Where's Tyler Harrow?
We're
Come
probably
on,
about
bro.
to see him. We're probably.
Tyler
about
Harrow
to
made
see
the
him.
All-Star game last year, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was also the reason that, not the reason that they
Not
lost.
a top 60
but,
player.
like the Cavs were literally like, yeah, we're gonna do everything under our power to get Tyler Hero as a defender, and it made him so
Are you
tired that
taking
he couldn't
Reeves?
do anything offensively.
You
Over
take
Hero?
Reeves over Harrow.
No, I'm taking Hero over Reeves.
Me too.
Um,
Okay. That's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Jalen Suggs, I'm not taking either. Yeah.
Yeah,
He better
Hero
be
is
coming up.
low.
He's got to be in the 60.
Yeah. Dude, this is the worst ranking I've ever.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that's bad.
Like I know
Especially if
it's
he
for
was 20.
clicks. I know it's for clicks,
Yeah,
but
if he was
fucking
27
falling.
last year while he was more injury prone, how is he 27 last year and then fall to 61?
The only player to shoot 60% from the field and average 25 points.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Who gives a fuck if
Any way
he
you
was
look at it.
today? It's not. I mean, like, yes, that's horrible. Don't get me wrong, but we're talking about basketball, not NBA image. Oh my gosh, that actually makes me mad.
That one's not good. Any way you look at it, that
No,
one
very bad. Christian Braun.
way too
We're
high.
still.
He's still
too
ahead of
high.
Tyler Hero, bro. Oh my gosh.
Also really
LaMelo
bad.
63 is so
So
bad.
bad. This is
That's
bad.
horrible. 25 a night. 26 a night. That's bad, bro. 63 is crazy.
Can I say something?
Dude, I forgot about him. I actually forgot about him. I'm probably
full
taking him
health-
over De'Aaron Fox.
At full health, I think there's a real conversation of LaMelo or Cade.
12 and 63.
That's fucking insane. I understand
one's
they're probably
bad.
penalizing these guys for health, but Jesus.
Dude, some of these are definitely for. Come on. Lou Dort ahead of Tyler. That's what I'm saying. They're just giving the championship love, bro. Neesmith, come on, bro.
Also, I said this during the finals. I'd take Neesmith over Lou Dort.
I probably would too. Yeah, I probably would too.
Your boy Denny.
Honestly, bro, that is a disrespectful rating. I get it. It's 1 year. But if there was a draft, I'm telling you, with how he is with the ball in his hands, he would probably be drafted in the top 45, top 50. I'm taking Denny over Mikal Bridges any day of the week. Any day of the week. Chris Brown, come on. Chris Brown, no way.
Cam Johnson.
Cam Johnson, 67, probably right. I mean, good player, but like,
yeah, there's zero chance you're taking Tyler Hero below Cam Johnson.
Bro, that was an all-star last year.
I don't think there's actually no Cam Johnson is a significantly better defender than Tyler Hero. Never mind. I was gonna say that. I don't think there's any.
I'm not even gonna lie, DP. That might be the first all-star to not like be in the top 60 ever. Like the next year. That didn't have like a torn ACL or something. Like that's crazy.
He probably should be like top 45. He lost a lot of points in my book for how that Cavs series went down. It's not just that he yes, he's the only good player playing against a good defense, but the way he was targeted, and it got to a point where they were using him as a decoy on offense because he was so tired and ineffective because he was being targeted so much on defense. You can't be an all-star for a team, even as an 8 seed. You can't be an all-star for leading a playoff team
for a team like
and
that.
use a decoy because you're too tired because of defense. That's bad.
He's empty calories. Josh Hart, I'm taking over probably Mikal, bro. I bet New York Knicks fans probably would too.
Probably not. When Jalen
Josh Hart's a top 70.
Yeah,
like he's top 70.
I'm fine with that.
We're not gonna boot him off that. Interested to see what he does this year.
I think this is really low. Really low. I think you walked into 19-7 on a bad season.
Yeah. Lou Dort, MPJ.
Lou Dort, because if that defense is that impactful.
That's probably, he's probably in the 60s then.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
He's going to put empty calories up. This is
disrespectful.
Also, we still haven't seen DeMar DeRozan yet or Zach LaVine.
Yeah. I got into an argument about it. This was with a Bulls fan, and obviously we all know Garland's better. But I got into an argument with a Bulls fan that was saying he'd rather have Kobe White over Darius Garland. No. So for him to be at 71,
it's a little high. I think he's a top 70 player, but
I'm trying to think.
I'm a Kobe White guy though. I like Kobe White's game.
Is Kobe White and Jamal Murray, Jamal Murray has a playoff pedigree to prove it, so by that nature he's ahead of him. But is their game really that different in 2026?
Zach LaVine taking over Kobe White.
I am. I'm taking over Christian Braun.
Yeah, bro. I'm taking him over Austin too, probably.
Taking him over Austin Reeves, Jalen Suggs. Probably taking Trey Murphy over Zach LaVine. I'm taking Zach LaVine. Yeah, I'm taking Zach LaVine.
If Alex Cruz has a top 53 player, I know he's good. Don't get me wrong, but that's a little recency biased in my opinion. Oh my
I
goodness.
love Derek Lively. This is
He might not even be the
very,
starting center this
very
year.
aggressive. This is very aggressive rank for Derek. This is basically saying we think he's going to come in and be an 11-11 player this next season.
I know you like Easton. You're probably saying that's a bad ranking, huh?
Yeah, I still don't think Jabari Smith is that. I think he's. Let me put it. I think he is an NBA player. He deserves to be in the NBA. He's not a bust, but he's also not that good as an NBA player. He does the
He
things
definitely hasn't yet lived up to that pick.
Yeah, he does the things that he's supposed to in his role, and that's applaud him for it. But there's better players than him. Jaden McDaniels, I'm taking over Jabari Smith, and I'm sleeping like a baby. There's no way.
Likewise.
There's no way.
See, but I'm taking him over Lou Dort too. I think he's one of the best defenders in the league.
I think based off last season, not yet. I think after this coming season, that would be true. Mikhail's so much
offense is probably obviously.
Yeah, so much more developed.
Obviously,
like McDaniel shows it here and there, but his offensive game is still really raw.
Inconsistent. Yeah, I agree. I like him in the top 80. I think that's fair to put the Rook for the second year. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Whoa.
Where's RJ Barrett?
I looked by mistake. He's at 100.
Wow.
This is bad. This is really bad. We didn't even see him this season. How did he 40 to 77?
Yeah, he went from 40. Yeah.
Like we saw 18 games, and you're telling me he dropped 37 points? Are we being fucking serious?
Yeah, they got Scotty Barnes at 30, him at 77. Okay, that is criminal too, bro. I saw 78. That he should not be at 78. I've told you, bro, I love Toumani Camara, but that offensive game is so ass. Like,
I thought you were
generous. They obviously they are obviously ranking defensive players higher for a reason. But you're telling me you would take Toumani Camara over DeMar DeRozan if you're drafting to go win a series? I mean, maybe you are if you have a star already.
Dude, I think Okongwu's sick. I think he's
I think it's gonna get crazy these next 20.
Wow.
Don't do it. Don't. I thought you were about to say you're taking Onyeka over Joel. I'm like, don't do it. Just keep it moving.
No. But I'm taking it. Who was the other centers in this portion? I'm taking him over Hartenstein, right? No, not Hartenstein.
No, stop it. I was gonna say you knocked that off. Miles Turner's ahead of him too. That's probably where he should be.
I think he's actually. I put both of them over him, but in the same tier. Dude, Okongwu's really
That's
good.
fair. If they put Hartenstein and Turner at 77, 78, though, we'd probably be like, oh, that's a little high. But you know what I mean? We'd be like, they're in the same tier.
Yeah. But of starting centers, I'd probably put him top 12 as a defender.
He's a good player.
Yeah. No, I really like Okongwu. That's low.
That's so disrespectful, bro.
Bad for DeMar. This is
so disrespectful, bro. If you think if his projection's 23, 4, and 5, that is actually such a bad ranking.
Yeah, and it's not like he has 35% usage.
That's probably one of the worst ones I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges or DeMar DeRozan. Josh Hart, come on.
Mikal or DeMar. If I have a 7-game playoff series tomorrow.
It obviously would depend who your number one is. If you don't have scoring, you're probably, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd say Mikal keeps the team more flexible, so I'd probably take him. But
DeMar is also not a playoff guy.
I mean, Would we be saying that if he didn't have to go against LeBron for 10 years in a row and he had a good team?
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. And it sucks that he gets traded away and Kawhi goes and gets one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't hate this
Nembhard,
ranking.
I'm cool with. Like,
There's some guys that
I
have
feel like
him
he earned
over,
it.
but like we also talked about some guys that we should be ranking lower. So I get it. I'm fine.
He's
I
better.
almost
He's better than Andrew Nembhard.
I
Norman
think
Powell's a
Nembhard's a
bucket, bro.
fucking
Come on.
dog as a defender, though.
Norman Powell was averaging 25 a night the first half of the year. He was
Yeah, but
nasty for that
as
LSU.
soon as the main guys came back, he went down to like 15. Like he was putting up
But is
Nembhard
Nembhard
numbers.
ever averaging 25 a night? I don't think so.
No, but he never had.
I'm
to.
not hating on Nembhard, but
I think Nembhard
I'm
is
a Norman Powell
better
believer.
defender. Nembhard can also run an offense. Norman Powell can't be the guy running the offense. The offense will go to him. You'll run plays for him, but it's never a scenario where you're running a play where he can either go score or either go facilitate.
Fair. That's fair.
Jonathan Kuminga, the guy who can't get an extension.
It can't even get in the rotation.
He's
Keep it
fucking
moving.
good, though. I think him and Norman are close.
He's good. I was gonna say he's
Tobias,
top 100, but
fine. Jaden
had a good year.
Ivey.
Jaden Ivey
fine.
should be, bro. He's gonna come back healthy.
This is disrespectful. Are we acting like Bradley Beal? Let me put it this way. Did we change our minds about Bradley Beal before and after the Suns trade?
We'll see. This is a huge prove it type year because if he fills up and does like what Norman Powell did, everyone's gonna be like, "Yep, top 60 again."
Yeah, but like he shot efficiently. He wasn't a liability defensively. Nobody was ever asking him to be a facilitator. Like he wasn't ever the problem in a very problematic team, but he was used as a scapegoat because the team was supposed to be so much more.
And the contract was bad, so it was an
Yeah.
easy one to blame.
Yeah. This is not fair to him. This is why is he in the top 100?
Not a top
What?
100.
Probably
Yeah,
I don't
not
know
a
if he's
top
top
100.
200. What the fuck?
Backup center.
Unclear
No
if he's
way.
going to stay in the NBA this summer. He's 87. Fine with this.
No, not a top 100 either. Andrew Wiggins is better than a lot of guys on this list.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's better than Jonathan Kuminga right now.
Ooh, Nas Reed at 90. That's bad.
He's
That's
a top
really
100 for
bad.
sure. He's probably top 80 for me.
Probably top 75.
Bro, they value defense heavy though, and like you have to move a lot of these defenders down.
I'm
if you're
taking
not- if
over
you're gonna put
Brandon
guys like
Miller.
Nas out.
I'm taking over Brandon Miller.
Yeah,
All right, let's go back.
yeah, I'm probably taking him over. I'm probably taking him over Jaden McDaniels too. To be honest.
No. Oh, we haven't watched basketball.
Drew
have we?
Holiday is 26, or Derek White's 26, and Drew Holiday is 91, bro. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
He's going to be good for Portland, bro. He's going to have a good year.
He's going to be great for Portland.
Yeah, that's a bad
That's
ranking.
really bad.
Tamani Kamara should not be ahead of him. That's blasphemous too, bro. 92. I'm
Drew
not putting
Holiday.
Mitchell Robinson with what
I'm
he's talking.
taking Drew Holiday over Draymond Green.
Yeah. I think a lot of teams, I don't know. People value him. But yeah, same type of caliber. Alex Caruso or Drew Holiday. Come on, bro.
Drew Holiday. I'm not thinking twice.
Lou Dort. Yeah. That's a
Drew
bad one.
Holiday. I think Drew Holiday or Mikal Bridges is a conversation. And to tell you the truth,
Yeah,
if both
that
are
one's
100%
actually-
healthy, I think I'm taking Drew Holiday. Oh my gosh. Mitchell Robinson is fine. Jakob Poeltl's fine. Devin Vassell, I understand. I think he's better, but he's also like not been reliable. So I get it.
Inconsistent. Where's Anthony Simons? Is Anthony Simons not a top 100 player?
No.
Come on, bro. Yes, he is.
I don't
He's
think
going to
he
go
is.
absolutely fry for the Celtics, and everyone's going to put it. That man is not better than him.
This is a bit
Nikhil
high
is not
for
better
Nikhil,
than him,
though.
bro.
This is a bit high for Nikhil.
That's
though.
crazy. Put Nikhil on any team, he's not averaging 20 a game. Rich is a dog. from my
Fine
hometown.
with
No
that.
hate there.
Ooh. I love Walker, but I didn't know.
I'm taking DeAndre Ayton over Walker Kessler.
Probably not.
Castle
Rookie
low.
of, rookie of the year at 90-9. I'm sure.
Yeah, real low. That's bad too.
And RJ Barrett.
I think he's a top 82.
I don't.
Kyrie Irving not on the list?
They didn't put Kyrie or Tatum. Or Hallie. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, or Hallie. I guess they probably had.
Yeah.
They probably had.
They literally said here, these guys are not a part of this season rankings.
Okay. I was gonna say, damn.
Wow, that was.
All right, DP. I gotta wrap this one up, but
Yeah. Go ahead.
that was fun, man.
Yeah. Me and JJ are doing another stream for Monday Night Football, so yep. Feel free to keep in tune. Make sure to, if you're on Twitter, like and follow if you haven't already. If you're on Twitch or YouTube, make sure you subscribe. I got a YouTube video coming out soon, and then me and JJ are gonna live stream. So keep on the lookout for that. Other than that, awesome. Good to do streams with you again.
You too, brother. I'm stoked for the season, man. It's close. Good luck
Yep.
on Monday night.
Yep, you too. Take care.